So you gonna tell us what you're doing here? Where you work is?
Howdy. So I want to thank y'all for being here. So my name is Clayton Tucker. I'm running for Agriculture Commissioner. I was really living up to the song Amarillo by Morning because I came in from McAllen, literally this morning. And I head back to McAllen literally right after this.
In Kansas, San Antonio, right?
This is,
From San Antonio?
the
song.
so, there you go. I'm a little sleep deprived. So, quick bit about me, and then we're going to talk data centers, and we're going to talk ag, and I also have a couple other things. A lot of our panelists have brought up some excellent points. I just want to add a little bit to what they mentioned. I am a farmer from Lampasas. If anyone doesn't know quite where that is, if you can find the center of Texas, you can find Lampasas. We are equally far from everywhere else. I am the secretary of the Texas Farmers Union. We are a very own ag group. I'm also very happy to announce that as of last weekend, the Texas Farmers Union officially came out calling for halting all data centers across Texas. And next week, I will be at their National Farmers Union Convention running my mouth to get them to pass the same resolution. So, if there's anyone in agriculture here, come find me and we'll talk Farmers Union. I was a water researcher for a time. I work with the National Science Foundation. I actually studied water policy here compared to other countries. So I got to see how other countries did it, how we do it, and so forth. I am also a science fiction writer. I wrote a book about AI taking over the world using social media. Didn't mean to foretell anything, but you know, here we are. Yeah, we're getting there. And as mentioned, I am running for Agriculture Commissioner, and one of my day one things is fighting to stop these data centers, full stop. Because I'm going to be very real, we're not going to have an agriculture industry if these centers come in.
That's right.
We might not have cities if these agricultures come in. One of the gentlemen mentioned that the Fermis one they're building is 11 gigawatts of power. Let's put this in perspective. That is 4 city of Austins.
Wow.
We are building 4 city of Austins right next to Amarillo. The one in Abilene, that's a Seattle. The one in Midland, Odessa, that is 1.5 Austins. The one in Waco is about the same. We are building these things throughout our state, throughout everywhere. And not because any of us asked for it, because these folks are being shady as hell. So I want to talk about stories I've heard from other states. Because I think what's going on in other states really can elevate or reveal what's going to happen to us if we don't stop these things. So in Tennessee, Meta built a lot of these data centers, and they're saying, oh, it's not going to take your water, it's not going to affect your power prices, you can trust us, since when do we ever lie? Power prices doubled. Power prices doubled. Wells ran dry, and the wells that didn't run dry were toxic. Heavy metals, everything else. This is going to happen here if we do not stop these things. Let's also talk about what's going on. You know, I talked to someone the other day, actually from Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. And they called me and said, hey, we saw what you're doing by the AI data centers. We're really glad you're fighting that. You know, we fought them here. And they're like, oh, well, why did y'all fight them there? Just out of curiosity, what was your main argument? They're like, well, we don't have the water. Like if the land of 10,000 lakes does not have the water, why the hell do we? Well, there's a couple other things I want to build up or kind of mentioned. You know, they talk about build times, like, oh, this is a 5-year project or a 2-year project. The ones in Tennessee, they said, oh, this will be done in 2 years. They were done in 120 days.
Wow.
It took the power plants 2 years to be built. So during that meantime, that's where the power prices spiked. Because again, they lie. There's a news agency, they're called More Perfect Union. They do a lot of YouTube things. And they're actually really getting into this issue. So if you want to find them on YouTube, watch their videos, fantastic information. They were going in, there is no publicly known available information about how much power they really use or how much water they really use or where they're even all located. If you ask them how much power you use, they will say, oh, trade protection secret, we can't tell you. Every single time. They don't even tell you who really owns them. Like in other states, in Virginia, they had to figure out like, okay, well they have 10 on-site generators if the power ever goes out. So these generators can make this much electricity, so this is how much they do. Like people are having to piece it together, like legit investigative journalists are having to piece this together. There's some other really big issues with this. So we talked about water. We all know it's going to destroy our water. You know, even in land passes, we think we're about 10 years away from running out of water. This is going to cut our water plan down from maybe 20 years, 20, 50 years, probably down to 5. And there will not be agriculture. Farmers are already really suffering. Like we've already lost 250,000 farms in the state of Texas alone. Since NAFTA, since free trade. You know how everyone talks about NAFTA and free trade in all of our factories overseas? We all heard that? It did the exact same for our agriculture. Not too many people know about that. We lose about 70 farms a week in Texas alone.
Wow.
Texas farmers are already suffering. We're on the verge of not having farmers. Average age of a farmer is 60 years old. What's going to happen in 10 years? I'll tell you, Bill Gates will own even more of our farmland. And I talked to a lot of folks my age. I'm 35. I'm the first statewide candidate from either political party to be born in the 90s. Please try not to hold that against me. And there's a lot of folks in my generation who want to get into agriculture, or they want to stay in agriculture, but they can't. First off, if they're not in it, the most they can buy is 10 acres, and you can't really do much on 10 acres these days. And if you were born into it, it's really hard to stay in. And if we lose water, and if our power prices start going up, it will really hurt folks. And you brought us some really interesting information about like kind of some of the other effects going on. There's some really troubling things already happening. Did y'all know AI? Have you heard the story of AI blackmailing people already?
Yes.
You heard that? Yeah. So the folks who haven't heard, there is this engineer, data engineer, and he let his AI system have access to his emails to help with whatever. And the AI read in one of his emails that they were going to shut it off. So the AI looked him up, looked through his emails, found something sketchy he might have done, like something that looked like he might have had an affair, and told him, if you shut me off, I will release all these emails. I will destroy your reputation, I'll destroy your job, I will destroy your marriage. Has anyone heard of the AI that could have threatened to kill someone?
No.
You can look this up. So this one was a test. They were just testing the AI. So this didn't happen in reality. They just wanted to see what the AI would do. They convinced an AI that a data engineer was going to go into the facility and turn the temperature so low that the computers would shut down, right? Well, the AI tried to lock them in there and turn it so low where it wouldn't affect the AI, but it would kill the human. So I want to be very clear about my personal belief of why we're building these things. It's very simple. It's a bubble. This is a 2008 style bubble. You have 3 corporations trading money back and forth, so they're building all these centers that none of us want, that honestly none of us need. You know, they'll say, oh, it's for research. Those are at the universities. They're not here. Oh, it's for the military. No, it's not. That's like the saying is like, oh, China is doing this, we have to do it. That's like saying, you know, China has a nuclear bomb, so let's make 40,000 nuclear bombs. Like, that's just insanity. Like, that's just not clear thinking. So, the point is, none of these centers are good. These centers are going to cause problems. They're going to cause problems as society. They're going to cause problems for our farming. They're going to cause problems for our food. Our food will get more expensive. The more our farms go out of business, the more expensive our food gets. And if, you know, they were saying like, oh, this will create jobs. I did a little bit of math right before I came over. Best case scenario, this data center creates 1,000 to 2,000 jobs at the cost of 12,000 jobs. No, I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna challenge that.
You challenge that?
Where are you getting your number from?
So the 12,000 comes from the comptroller. Now that assumes the worst case scenario. Now the 1,000 jobs. I've seen it range from
Okay,
1 to 2,000.
there won't be 1,000 jobs over there.
There won't be?
No,
How many do you think there would be?
there won't even be 600.
600?
Do you understand how an AI data center actually works and how
Yeah.
it's different from a data center, say, the ones you talked about in Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how they're different? Do you
Yeah.
know how they're working
Sir,
different?
we're gonna
Yeah.
have time for the audience to ask questions, so let's keep that.
I mean,
towards
you're,
that time. We'll call you, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I mean, you actually illustrate the point even further that like is not going to be 1,000 full-time jobs. Like, if anything, it will be significantly less. And I actually agree that it will likely be significantly less. I was being overly generous with them. The point is, we are going to lose significant amount of jobs. Now, I want to end with a little bit of a story, and then we go to full questions. So this isn't the first time we've been in a situation quite like this. No, this isn't the first time, whether you call them the billionaires, the oligarchs, the robber barons, whoever, tried to mess with Texas. The first time was the Gilded Age, where they were coming for us, they were destroying our land, they were just taking our private property, they were going after our small businesses, our family farms, and they were wrecking it. But then a group of Texans got together, but funny enough, 5 miles from my family ranch in Lampasas, and they formed the populist movement. They formed a movement where there is only one true dividing line in the United States. Either you're a populist and you stand with the people, or you're a monopolist and you want the greedy few to control everything. 100%, whether that's Wall Street controlling everything, big tech controlling everything, or Elon Musk controlling everything. A monopolist is a monopolist. And that movement spread like wildfire. It went all over the United States. And eventually, we were able to break these monopolies. We were able to break the big tech of the era. And we can do it again. We have to do it again. Because if we don't, we're going to lose our water, we're going to lose our land, and we might lose everything. Because if you haven't researched mirror biology, something that AI is researching right now, that might make nuclear weapons look tame. So, we got to stop these things. And as Agriculture Commissioner on day one, I will be issuing what's called Ag Impact Studies. Basically, it's a fancy environmental study focused on agriculture that will put a stop on the construction, and we will very, very aggressively go after all these folks. Thank you.